The arts are a key economic driver at a national level, at a state level, and at a local community level. And we're going to get into some of those numbers here. But in terms of jobs and in terms of economic input, this is a sector that has significant impact throughout the country. The arts create a positive social impact in our communities, and they're really part of a toolkit that creates a better life, or a better quality of life for those in our communities. Happy communities have better social outcomes. They have better outcomes in terms of things like crime, employment, behavioral health. One of the questions that we asked in our latest survey was, why is it that you are engaging with the arts? Like, what is it? And the response was that it made me happy. There's been a lot of studies that are out there that really support the idea that having arts and culture as a treatment in schools or available to youth has positive outcomes just for them. But I also think if we spend a lot of time talking to adults that have not had a positive experience or any experience with arts and culture, and so we're starting kind of 3 steps behind. And if we are proactive in making sure that our youth understand and have an opportunity to engage with arts, the arts and culture are really a kind of a low entry point to making some significant changes with our youth and in the future of our communities. The ability for an organization and a community like Port Angeles to have a space to bring people together is incredibly important for the community's recovery, but it's also important to be able to put some of these new impacts into our community in ways that I don't think we've seen previously. I think people are being they're understanding the roles of arts and culture in a different way now than they did prior to the pandemic. The impact of arts and culture in our communities is something that prior to the pandemic, perhaps we took for granted. And sometimes I say that it's okay that we took it for granted because it is such an ingrained part of who we are as humans. The way that we interact with each other and the way that we experience the world has a lot to do with art and culture. It has been a part of how we interact as a species for 100,000 years. I mean, it's just part of who we are. What happened over the past 2 years has kind of brought that to light. Not having the interactions and being starved for different types of interactions with humans has really, I think, brought arts and culture as a way to interact with people to the forefront of how we exist. And I think we need to keep that. And I think that, event spaces and programming in our community is a way to really highlight that moving forward and highlight the idea that coming together in these spaces is something that is about more than just a symphony or a ballet or an opera. It's an opportunity for us to reflect on ourselves and on our communities in a way that there is no alternative, in a way that is very human. So with that, I'm going to just say thank you to everyone for taking the time to listen to me ramble today, and we're going to turn it over to the panel or some respondents.